it's about time that the cooking and cleaning are split up and it's not seen as just the woman's job, you know?
But you know what?
Because
But you know why the men expect the woman to cook and clean?
because they've been working all day.
Yeah.
But the
If
woman has been working all day too. Like she's been doing
I,
her role all day.
I know that I know you. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that your job is harder than the man's, because I know, being a full time mom is a full time job. It's a lot of work, but you have to understand that, like, if you're gonna stay at home, um, you know, for them it's like, if you're gonna be at home all day taking care of the kids, it's you'd be natural for you. There'd be an expectancy for you to cook and clean, because since you're already at home, he's not at home. He's working all day.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, maybe like growing up and seeing, especially like with older people in my culture, for example, if a guy's working all day and he comes home and there's not food ready on the table,
Yeah.
he suddenly has like a right to be upset. But say a guy doesn't feel good and he doesn't go to work, a woman would be crazy to be upset at that, you
Well,
know?
as long as he's making money. I mean, if you get sick, but the money's still coming in though. So he's still, as long as, if he's taking sick,
But so,
if he stops working and the job doesn't come, if the money doesn't come in, then it'd be natural for you to be
but
upset.
I mean, I'm saying there's a fridge full of food, so there's still food. She just didn't make something hot that day, you know? So but he's still entitled to get upset at that.
Well, I
And
mean,
I don't, that's just
that?
frustrating.
But what did that go to communication? Like,
Yeah,
if you don't, if I'm with the if you're my wife and then you don't want to cook, just text me. Hey, honey, I don't want to
no,
cook. It's okay.
yeah, and
Right?
I
It's
think,
okay. We'll go eat out. We'll order some
and
food.
that's just the culture thing that I've noticed in my culture,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I 1,000%, I could go on and on about the lack of communication in my
yeah,
culture.
yeah.
So
I mean, if a guy's working all day, like, he's hungry, right? He wants to come home to eat, and then if you come home to eat, and then there's no food at all, and you haven't, like, if you didn't want to cook, you haven't done any kind of necessary plans or heads up and tell him, hey, you should grab some food on the way because I'm not cooking tonight. But he just comes home and there's no food at all. Of course, naturally, like, he's gonna be upset. Especially the same thing with them. Like, if he doesn't work and the money is not come in, I'm sure, like, a lot of wives are like, hey, like, you're not working, money's not coming in. Like, what's happening? You know,
what's going on?
what's going on, right? So it's just but yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why, like, for a lot, like, I'm not saying, like, cooking, cleaning is what a woman should do, but it's just like, because of our roles, because of what differences of who we are. If you're gonna be, and for men, like, the way they say it is, if they're working it all day and they want to come home to a nice home meal, and we all day at home, it's just like, they're like, hey, like, cook, cooking, clean. He just expects it to be because you're home on it.
I just think my opinion is that it should be more shared than the social norm, because I see a lot of guys that, barely even know how to like turn on a dishwasher or a washing machine. They start to rely on the female for these things. I'm just saying that, like, the cooking, the cleaning, I mean, something as small as like ironing, something as small as ironing clothes and stuff like that should not just be on the woman. I think they should be shared roles, If the husband does come home earlier, if he wants something specific for dinner, he should go out of his way to prepare it for the family. I think it's perfectly fine for those roles to just be more shared. I think there are partnership roles. Instead, like, he can do his own laundry. Like, it could be two separate baskets. Like, maybe he likes his things washed a specific way. Like, that, I think that's what I was trying to get more at, that it shouldn't just be a feminine role. It's more of a partnership when it comes to those types of things.
All right, Anikka, do you have anything to say? I'm about to respond to you, but I want to give Anikka a chance to have something to respond back to Leena. But go ahead, Anikka, do you have anything to say to that?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Okay, all right. So, see this, and this is because I've heard a lot of women say that the partnership thing, right? And I always tell a lot of women, like, that partnership thing that only exists. That's a modern day. That's something you always see in America, like the partnership thing. The thing is, like, in reality, when it comes to men and women, because we're built differently, there's just certain things that men just don't want to do. Can we do it? Yes, we can do it, but do we prefer not to? Like, I don't like cooking, cleaning, washing dishes. I can do all those things, but I don't want to do that as a man because I'm just.
The female doesn't them either.
Huh?
The girls
What?
don't want to do
No,
it
but
either.
no. I'm saying you guys don't want to do it. There's a lot of girls out there that they love being a housewife. They're very feminine. They love cooking. They love cleaning. And that's just they're born for, like, they just love it because it's just innate with them. That's what I'm saying is there's certain things in life because of our biology that we just don't. Can we do them? Of course, can we do them? But it's just we don't want to do it. Like, if for me, I don't want to cook. I don't want to. I can cook. I can clean. I can do my own laundry. I can take care of myself. But when it comes to my success, that's what I want to focus on. Those things I don't want to do. But there's the thing is, the feminine women out there, there's a lot of the women who are feminine, the women who are natural in their biology, in their role to be the nurturers and carers. They love that stuff. They love to cook. They love to clean. They love to do laundry. They love to do all that stuff. So for me, it's natural for me to be attracted to them because, like, they what they bring into the relationship is all the things that I don't like to do, but she complements that. Also, she's very feminine, and of course, those feminine women that love to cook and clean, they don't like to work. They don't like to go out there and go to the world and deal with the competition and things of trying to build your to be financially stable. So that's why those type of women who are feminine, who are natural in their role to be housewives, they love those men who are natural providers and protectors. And when those two meet, it just works out so beautifully because what I look for, you take care of that, and then what she needs from me as a private protector, I take care of that, and then I got my role, you got your role, and it just works out beautifully. I can go to work and come home to a nice cook home meal because she's willing to do it, and she doesn't have to work because she knows that I like to do that. I like to work and pay the bills, and she doesn't have to worry about the bills. And it just works out naturally because we're just naturally in our role. But the thing is about the 50-50 partnership thing. I'm telling you, Ryan, let me ask you guys, have you guys met, well, I'm not you're in a relationship, but Leena, have you met a guy that you told him about the 50-50 partnership and he worked out long term?
Yeah. So
How long?
so it was the relationship I had previous to this last one. It was honestly one of the most perfect experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
We were both engineers.
Mhm.
We were both working on a postgraduate degree.
Mhm.
I mean, the branch of engineering was different. I was mechanical. He was electrical/computer. But it was literally a partnership. He cooked more than me. He was way more clean than me. I mean, so it was a thing that it was like he picked up his mess, I picked up my mess. We sit down to eat. He picks up his plate, I pick up my plate. I mean, whoever makes it to the sink second can wash all the dishes. I mean, it's as simple as like just rinsing your plate, putting it in the dishwasher, And it was truly a partnership. And I never asked for anything. It was just we were on that same frequency. We were on that same vibe. We understood each other like that, Okay, I put the clothes in the washer and the dryer. He takes them out to fold them. Okay, he folded them. You know what? In the morning, I can iron his clothes for him. Like whoever woke up first made coffee. Like it's things like that. That's what I mean by like 50-50 partnership. I mean, we did not work out due to religious beliefs. We had different religious beliefs, so it wouldn't have worked out long term. And then we separated, and it was like the most healthy and respectful separation too. So like
Okay.
I've experienced that. I mean, maybe that's like a 1 in 10 million, but I mean,
That's
I'm
what I'm
not.
saying. I've never met somebody that had the 50-50 partnership and worked
So
out.
I don't know. Maybe it was 1 in 10 million. Maybe I was crazy for letting it go, but I mean, we're still really good friends now, and he's someone that I can still go to when I'm having relationship issues. And he's like, and like when we were together, like we did this and this, like why can't you do that with this person? And I'm like, I know, right? So I don't know.
I'm
I
telling
haven't
you,
had many relationships, so
yeah.
it doesn't seem rare to me, but maybe I did get someone rare.
What I want to, because right now in America, like the average marriage lasts about 7 years. It's like that's the divorce rate over 50%. The average marriage in the U.S. lasts over 7 years. So I'm telling you guys right now, if you look at, I do you know couples right now that been married for over 20 years?
My parents.
All right, are your parents traditional? Man is the man, woman is the woman. She stays home and cooks, and he's the one that works.
So if you want to know more about my parents, very general, they also have a really good partnership, but it's partnership plus some traditional. So my dad opened up a store my parents immigrated to America. My dad opened up a shop, half grocery store, half restaurant. So my dad and mom would drive together to the store. My mom was the cook. She was the chef at
Okay.
the restaurant. And he was the person doing the business side, the finances, stocking the groceries and stuff like that. So it was a very good partnership. But then when
who did the majority of the cooking?
In the restaurant, it was all my mom. My mom did all the cooking, but she was in the kitchen the whole time. My dad was the one. And then as we grew older, we became like the cashiers and stuff like that. But my dad was the one making orders for the grocery store, the manager, the big man, the big boss, the tough guy. When I couldn't tell customers no, I would call him, basically.
Oh, so in their relationship, it's very gendered. Like he's the one taking care of the finances, and then the mom was the one that cooking the cleaning.
But yeah, I mean, but they had that partnership. I mean, she was still out there helping him.
Yeah.
But then I do realize the things that you're talking about, like in the home, like, so they worked together. They would go together and come back together, right? So they spent the same time out.
Yeah.
But coming home, she was still expected to cook and to clean it, to do the laundry.
And she did it, right?
And yeah, and she did do that. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is, like, I'm telling you. And also, Anikka, do you know any couples that are over 20 years?
Yeah.
Married over.
My parents just celebrated their 30 years, and my dad is the housewife.
He's the housewife?
My dad cooks, cleans, does our laundry, cleans our rooms, or cleaned our rooms.
Primary provider?
What's up?
Your mom is the primary financial provider?
My mom for a while, yeah. During the housing crash of 2008, my mom provided for quite a long time.
Okay.
Since my dad was
who's been like the primary financial provider, like, their whole marriage? Was mom or your dad?
They honestly, it's pretty 50-50 because they both worked at Home Depot for like 20 years, and then my dad started his own real estate business, and my mom helped him, and then he started his like car company.
Okay.
My mom helped him make car covers, like they did it together. So
who was like the primary, like, cooker, and like, but out of all, I mean, comparing
my dad. My mom doesn't cook. She like makes cereal for herself. That's about it.
Okay. So he's the one that's been cooking ever since you guys were kids.
Yeah.
Cooking, and then the mom doesn't cook.
Mm-mm.
What about cleaning? Does she clean, or did dad clean?
My dad.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think that's why I believe the way I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's the exception, but I'm just saying, for majority of, if you look at the majority of people married over 20 years, it's gender. It's like the woman's natural in her role as being a woman, the guy's natural role being a woman. They understand their roles, and they love each other. They make it work. Of course, they can help each other. Like, doesn't mean, like, if that's what love is. If a woman need a break, he can help out the cooking. But majority of the couples that you see married over 20 years and for long term, it's just both the man's the man, the woman, and they both willingly accept their role, and they just work out. It's just you rarely see couples like Anikka's parents. Like, you rarely see that. They're married over 20 years. I'm not talking about 7 years. I'm talking about like a long-term marriage forever. If you look at the couples that have been married for a long, it's very traditional. The man is the man. He provides and protects. The woman stays at home, cooks and cleans, and they work each other out. They do help each other out, but both of them to understand their roles. It's just, today is like, just in modern society, I've noticed it, just talking to people, that partnership is just, the problem with this is, like, depending on who you want to attract. But I know a lot of women, when you ask them, like, what kind of guy do you want, they always want the very masculine man to provide and protect her. He's smart, he's ambitious, he's strong, he's confident. But the thing is, like, in order to be strong in certain qualities, he's gonna take away from certain qualities. Like, in order to be that big, strong, ambitious, confident man, because you're putting all your energy, he's not gonna be focused on cooking and cleaning, even though he can. But the thing is, for a woman that's very feminine, that's nurturing and caring, because she loves to do that stuff, so naturally she's gonna be really, really good at cooking and cleaning, because that's what she likes to do. And then, of course, the masculine energy and the feminine energy, the masculine guy is gonna be attracted to the feminine woman, and the feminine woman is gonna be attracted to that masculine guy. I've just never, besides Anikka's example, that's the first I've ever heard the partnership ever work. But every single time I meet people, every time I've met the partnership is equally shared, it never lasts. It's like, it was cool in the beginning, but then after a while they left, or they got married, and then 7 years later, with the average divorce rate is 7 years, they left. It's just it never works out long term. But the relationships that do work out long term, it's just it's when both parties just accept their roles as men and women, and it just works out.